Good morning, welcome to today's video. I first want to say that I deeply apologize for not uploading on schedule anymore. I take my word seriously and I really want to have integrity. I haven't addressed that I have not been uploading on schedule, and that's not okay. I should have came to you guys and told you what was going on and that I needed to make some adjustments instead of kind of brushing it under the rug and just uploading whenever. I want to have integrity, and when I say I'm going to upload, I want to upload. So that has brought me to this point where over the next month or so, at least the next month, especially with travel and the holidays, I will only be uploading once a week, and it will not be on a schedule. It'll just probably be randomly throughout the week. I deeply apologize, and I should have addressed this a lot sooner, so I'm sorry, and I hope you guys can forgive me. I haven't filmed anything in a while, and filming a sit down just didn't feel right because I put a lot of energy and I really pour myself out in my sit down videos, and that can be kind of exhausting, especially talking about Christianity, which I love, but I am just like pouring a lot out in those videos, so it can be a little bit overwhelming to only be making those. So I needed to kind of find balance in sharing videos that aren't as serious, I guess, of topics as my sit down like Christian videos. So with that being said, it's also been hard because my life just isn't really that interesting right now, but I figure a lot of you probably live in smaller towns. You guys aren't living in like the West Coast in LA or New York that have all these amazing shops and cafes and stuff. So maybe sharing just a really simple view of life will be helpful. Maybe not so entertaining, but I hope I can make it somehow entertaining. Maybe with my personality, I guess. Today, I'm going to show you a little bit behind the scenes of working in social media. And this is for me managing a client's social media, not necessarily my own. But I'm going to just talk about some things that I do for my client and just talk a little bit more about what it was like working in the social media field. Because if you didn't know, I was a marketing assistant at a company called Blogget. So this is the backpack I use. I've had it for so long. It is from Brandy Melville. Just thought I would show you what I bring with me. So I bring my laptop, a charger, and then I also always bring a hard drive, especially for editing videos. I need to have this because my computer just doesn't have the capacity. Or this converter I got from Amazon. If you can find this one, it's really great. It's super small and has what I need. It has an extra charging port and then one USB. And then I have a memory card inserter. Another thing I bring are AirPods. These have been literally the best investment I have made. I have never doubted this purchase. I love them. Another cool gadget, if you are into photography, is this memory card inserter for your phone. So if you're taking pictures, you can just insert your memory card and plug it into your phone and import them straight onto your phone, into your editing software or Lightroom mobile. But this has been so helpful, so I don't have to go on my computer, import all the photos. I can just directly put them into my phone and edit them in Lightroom. Okay, while I'm driving to this coffee shop, I thought I would quickly tell you guys my history in working in social media marketing. So I did 2 internships in college, and if this is a field you guys want to work in, I would definitely seek out internships. Some companies might not even have internships where you live, but they can create them, especially if it's for college credit. So I would definitely just reach out to companies that you would want to work for, especially like small businesses. That is how I got a lot of experience, was from my internships, and I actually ended up getting my first full-time job at the place I interned at. So that is my biggest tip, is get internships when you're in college, because honestly, I took a lot of marketing classes during college and I didn't learn anything applicable to social media marketing at all. Like, none of my marketing classes helped with what I was actually doing, and I really hope that they start updating the curriculum. So I learned a majority from messing around, YouTube videos. There are some like online courses. I think it's like Skillshare maybe. I worked in social media for about a year full time. The marketing director ahead of me actually decided to leave, so a lot of responsibility and pressure was put on me, and therefore I kind of crack under pressure, especially as a creative. As a creative, I really need freedom to build and dream and create, and with my marketing director leaving, I think it left me with all this pressure of more like analytical stuff and business stuff that I didn't really excel in, nor did I sign up for that job. And so I actually ended up getting fired from that job, which was such a blessing. And it all worked out because then from there I started doing freelance social media. And I had always dreamed of working for myself and like making my own schedule and like traveling. Well, let me tell you, it wasn't that glamorous. I didn't know how to ask for what I was worth. I didn't feel like I was worth money. I didn't know how much to ask. So I was undercharging so much. So I was like charging people like $300 to manage their social media, $300 a month. So my prices were very, very low. At one point I started Lyft driving. I started Airbnb my apartment because I just couldn't get myself to make enough money to support myself full-time just through the social media, and just decided, you know what, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have an unstable income. I need something more reliable because mentally I just can't do this anymore. So then from there I decided to just waitress and figure my stuff out. Waitressing allowed me to pour all my creative energy into my YouTube, and that is when I started to become consistent on YouTube, was when I stopped doing social media for other people. I was like, I am pouring out all my creative energy into these other companies, but I really want to be pouring that creative energy into my channel. So that leads me to my client now. I really wasn't sure I wanted to get a client or even get back into doing social media, but God presented an opportunity. And after meeting with them, I just realized how hands-off he wanted to be, and that he was actually a really ideal client. A lot of times you find clients who want to be a little bit more hands-on, and it can be limiting because you have all these creative ideas and they don't necessarily understand them, or they're very creative and it's almost like they want to do it. They just don't have the time to do it. So then it's kind of hard for them to give you that trust to take care of it. A big thing I had issues with at my full-time job was that I had these ideas, but there was no execution. I would ask them to record this video or make this for social media, and it would never happen. And therefore it was really hard to execute a lot of my ideas. But with this client, if I need an Instagram story of a class or a workout, like, he makes sure it gets done, which I very much appreciate, and it's so helpful. Walking to my favorite coffee shop. You've probably seen it in my videos before. It's called Five and Hope, and it's in Wheaton, Illinois. One of the cutest spots in the suburbs that I found so far, at least. It's right by a Christian college, so it's really cool because a lot of people here will be talking about God and scripture. So it's always fun to kind of overhear some of those conversations. That you just saw me using was called Canva. It's essentially Photoshop for your computer online. Highly recommend it, but I just made this graphic because they needed new lobby screens for December, so I'm using the program Digital Signage to change those out. Honestly, not my favorite. The user face is kind of old and outdated. Now I'm moving on to creating a new broadcast. The software they use is UpLaunch. I've never used it before, but it was really easy to learn. So here I am going in and creating a new template. That way I can reuse this for future newsletters. So I'll just go through here, and this is kind of what I came up with so far. I created all of these graphics using Canva, sent myself a test email, and then I just went ahead and scheduled it to send out. The next thing I did was actually import a bunch of photos, and like I mentioned later on in this video, they have an in-house photographer who sends all these to me, and then I import them into Lightroom and edit them with the preset I use for their social media. Okay, I'm going to attempt to take some pictures of myself. I actually bought this little Bluetooth tripod for my phone off of Amazon. I'll have it linked below. So far I've only used it once, but it worked. And this is just a struggle of, I need more pictures for Instagram. My sister will go out sometimes, but it's just very not convenient. It's something I usually like plan out and bring like 3 outfits. So I bought this so I could take pictures on the go whenever I'm out of the house. So that is what I'm gonna try to do right now. I'm gonna set this up and use my phone to do some self-timer photos. I thought this wall might work, but I think there's some other places we could try too. What's up guys? It is the next day. I thought I would just continue this vlog because I have some more client stuff that I need to do. I leave for a cruise in 2 days. So with that being said, something about social media and working in social media that it never really turns off. So you can't really go on vacation and truly leave all your work behind because social media is a 24/7 thing. So there's no way to really escape it unless you have a larger team and someone can pick up your slack. My client that I work for, I am the only person who works for them. So today I'm going to focus on planning as much content as I can and scheduling, especially Instagram posts for the next like week and a half. So I really just want to knock a ton of posts out so I don't have to do as much when I'm on the cruise. So some things that I still will need to do when I'm traveling is I will need to post Instagram stories, and I will show you my method on how I do that later. But that is something I'll still have to do probably once a day, nothing too crazy. I'll also have to have my Slack app kind of open and just able to get on there and message people back if they have any questions. So yeah, that is, I would say, one of the biggest downfalls of working in social media is that it never turns off. But with that, there is an upside because I can work remotely. So you can sometimes negotiate to work remotely. So for me personally, I only go into their office twice a month. The reason why it works so well for this client is because they have an in-house videographer and photographer. So I do not need to physically be there to produce any marketing content, which is seriously a godsend because sometimes you'll manage clients and like they'll be in another state and you need photos for Instagram, you need video content, you need behind the scenes stuff for Instagram stories, and it's like you can't physically get that stuff because either you're not there. Basically, I get to manage the videographer and photographer. We get to collaborate. I get to basically just tell him what I need for social media. He produces it, sends it to me. I add text, add editing, do whatever I need to do to it, and then I push it out there. One thing about working from home, I will say, is everyone functions differently. So for me, there's just no chance that I can sit down at my house and get things done. I'm someone who needs to leave the house. I either need to like get ready for my day or I need to work at a coffee shop. I'm just not productive when I am home. The houses in Illinois have really just like cool architecture. I love them. This area is Elmhurst. So there's a lot of, like, look at this baby. So cool. That's something about Arizona that they definitely did not have. All the houses in Arizona look the same. Now, some people think spending money on coffee is a waste of money. And I probably go to a coffee shop, I would say, anywhere between 2 to 4 times a week. So I'm about spending anywhere between like $10 and $25 a week. And honestly, getting out of the house and having a place to work, I think is well worth the price. I would pay even more. Right now I'm working on planning out the Instagram feed. I use the program Planoly. There are tons of programs out there. You can do the free version. Also, you can upgrade it for more features. I think it's about $9 a month. I really love the interface of Planoly. It's definitely one of the OGs that I love to use. It's so visually easy to see, and you can go in there, put in your entire caption, and just schedule it to post automatically. This program that I'm using now is called Milano. I absolutely love it for note-taking, also organization of projects. It's just so great for creative-minded people. If you want a full video on it or just more in-depth in a future video, let me know. Another feature I really love is the ability to assign tasks to team members. My favorite playlist to listen to while I'm working is Lo-Fi Beats, Lo-Fi Cafe, Lo-Fi Hip Hop. Such a good playlist for focus. Wait, I just saw this one. I'm so excited. Alright, I've been here for about 3 hours and I started editing this video. I'm almost done with it, but I did, let's see, where are we at? I scheduled about 8 posts, so that was very good. As you can see, I have all these posts scheduled for when I'm out of town. Tomorrow I'll probably schedule out even more, maybe till, honestly, I could probably go through next week. Okay, and the last random task that I had to do today for work was go to a workout there. So if you guys couldn't tell, my client is a CrossFit gym, and I've been meaning to try one of their classes. So I just took my first CrossFit class and it was very challenging, but it was good. So that's one thing that's fun about doing social media, is you never know who you'll have as a client, and you always learn so many different things because a lot of them have such niche industries. So yeah, that was my final task that I had to do, and I'm gonna end the video now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting. If you guys want more behind the scenes of my work in marketing, if you guys want program recommendations or tips, or if you guys want me to do a Q&A about working in social media marketing, let me know. I know a lot of you guys didn't know this part of my life, so I was excited to share with you. If you enjoyed this video, I'm still out of breath, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share it with a friend because that always supports, and make sure you're following me on Instagram. Okay, my arms are about to fall off. I can't do this anymore. I have to go. Okay, bye.